Hello. Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. What is going on? My name is Shauna, aka the Manicured Scientist, and we're here to do some nails. I hope you can see me okay and hear me okay. Been a little while since I did this. I feel like I say that all the time. So sorry. So sorry that I keep forgetting everything. Um, yeah, but we're here now, and we're gonna hang out and we're gonna do some nails. I'm just double checking that all my settings are good. We're looking good on Twitch. We're looking good on YouTube. I think we're okay in both places, which is exciting. I haven't done a dual stream in a while either. We're doing it today. So, I think we're good. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Oh man, it is almost 7 o'clock. I've been sitting here for a good 15 minutes trying to figure out what I want to put on my nails. I have been completely indecisive. I actually had an idea of something that I wanted to do, and as I sat here trying to put everything together, I realized it's not going to work the way that I wanted it to. Let me show you what I was thinking. So, over the weekend, was it last weekend? Not like yesterday, but like the weekend before, my partner and I went up to a street festival, and at that street festival, I saw a cute little shop. They have a bunch of like vintage jewelry out, and I bought this really pretty little ring. Look at how cute this thing is. It's like me. It's so me in a ring. I fell in love with it. You can kind of see that I was thinking that the middle is kind of like a multi-chrome, duochrome situation. The way it goes from like green in the middle, out to blue, out to purple, like on the edge. It's really pretty. And then the complete contrast with this like black and white on the sides, almost like a gunmetal gray. It's not like a pure black, like a gunmetal gray on the sides. And then if you look really closely, if this will focus, these little swirly bits are like almost like a milky white with like iridescent flakes mixed in. I was like, this is so pretty. I want my nails to look like this. So my initial thought was like, well, I have a bunch of things with nail polish. What if I just literally make my nails look like this and just paint my nails to match this somehow? Good idea, right? Well, it would be if I had the things that I thought that I had. First off, this isn't actually like a duochrome. So as I sat here swatching a bunch of the duochromes that I own, plus some other things, I realized nothing really matches this very closely. It's not really working. Then I realized also, this is very bright, hold on. Washing everything out here. Then I was like, okay, well, this on the side here, you can see it better now that it's a little bit darker. Hey Punch, happy Monday. Isn't this ring freaking gorgeous? I'm in love. And I wanted to match it today, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't think I could do that today. We might have to play with this a little bit later. But I was like, okay, this little iridescent flaky on the side of the ring is similar to something that I have, but it would be better if I had something different. So I have the Aurora unicorn skin from Halo Taco, which has more of like a purpley blue shift. This is more of like an orange gold green shift, which I think would match their solar unicorn skin, which I don't own. So I was like, dang, okay. But I have this little Sally Hansen flaky glittery thing, which I thought was like, maybe it's not close enough though. So I scrapped that idea. I think I need this ring. I love Fire Topaz. It's so pretty. I didn't even know what it was called. I literally like I said, we went to a street festival 2 weekends ago. I saw this at one of the shops on the corner, like on the street, and was like, hi, I love this. I need this right now. It's like $15. And then once I got home, I ended up like, let me brighten this again. Like Google Lens search to see what is this ring, what's happening. And then I learned about the term Fire Topaz. I didn't even know what this was, but I love it. So yeah, my initial thought was like, oh, I'll make my nails match this. I don't have the flaky unicorn skin to match the side or anything close to it. It's not close enough. I want it to be like identical, and I can't get it identical. And then this middle stone is not actually duochrome, multi-chrome like I was thinking. So as I sat here watching, what's this one? This is Mist Shift from Halo Taco. And then I did Scarab from Alchemy Lacquers, which just looks like a yellow-green here, but like in the bottle, right on the edge, it kind of goes blue to purple. It's just really, like, you can kind of see the blue there. It's just really, really hard to see that. What else? I also swatched, oh, this is Zoya Clarice. So not full duochrome, but kind of a little shifty and sparkly here. Again, not good enough. And then this is Cat's Evasion, which I realize I like a lot. I've never actually worn this that I can remember. And I know that this is Halotako from her multi-chrome collection that came out 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago now. Bought it when it came out. I have the collector's box. I've literally never worn this color. So that's on me. But yeah, I don't have anything that's really gonna match it. Multi-chromes are a pain in the ass, right? I just, as much as I want it to match this perfectly, the only thing I could think of would be if I tried to do one of those like sponge gradients in a circle. What is it called? Like an aura? So if I put like a dot of green in the middle and then like blue around it and then purple around that, but like really thin. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the patience for all of that today. That might be something we play with a different day, and we just keep coming back to how do I make my nails look like this ring. I would even be okay doing like 2 different manicures to look like this. Like I do one that matches the stone, and then later we come back and do, you know, the little iridescent flakies on the side with some like black swirls, right? Like that could be really cute too. But I thought I had it today. Hello! The pineapple is here. It's early. We just started streaming. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I thought I had something that would match this closer. Sadly, I don't. So then I got discouraged and was like, well, I'm not painting my nails. And then I was like, yes, I am. But I don't know how or what I'm doing yet. I could do with a pond mani variation. I probably could. Layer then clear, then layer then clear. Yeah. I was thinking that too. Well, I wasn't thinking that initially, but I was thinking like for the white on the side, it's not like a pure bright white. So I was like, if I took my white polish and added some clear to make it a milky white polish and then did layers of that, possibly could work. Once I had the flakies that I like that would like really match this, and just milky white flakies, right? That's kind of what I was thinking for the sides here. I don't have the flakies that'll match, and I'm saving up money for something else right now, so I'm not gonna go ahead and purchase it. Sir, you have to wait your turn. Come sit in the chair. Thank you. Yeah. So that was my initial thought. Was like, damn, I want to match this ring, and I can't do it the way that I want. Then I was like, all right, let me just look around and see what other colors I have. And I was like, oh, this like pinky glitter. Focus, please. Is actually this one that I got in a PR kit from a couple months ago that I haven't worn yet, and it's really cute. It's very bright and Barbie, which isn't normally my vibe, so I was like, do I want to try to play with this in layer? Because I could do like a quick little layer manicure, which is also an option. And then, with me thinking PR kits, I was like, oh yeah, I had stuff from Alchemy, but I swatched all of those, right? Wrong. I got 10 polishes in the mail that day, and I swatched 8 of them. I have 2 left to do. I was like, oh no. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, I know. So we're gonna do that. All of those ideas, I'm just gonna have to get my little notebook out and try to keep track of them like I was doing a couple of months ago. Of like, I want to do this manicure. I want to do this manicure. When we get these ideas, because I had 0 ideas. Well, I had 1 idea, and then I had a million ideas, and then I had 0 ideas, and now I'm like, oh god, swatches. So these are the 2 that I'm gonna be playing with today. Polish Pickup. This is out now. This dropped on the 2nd, I think. I gotta double check. Kaleidoscope of Butterflies. Very pretty cobalt blue with some other shades of blue flakes in there. Cannot wait to try this. But I'm gonna swatch this one first. Take that off. Well, I'll swatch it. I'll take a little break, go get the pictures, come back, take that off. And then I'm gonna wear this one. And this is just what I'm gonna wear for the week because I freaking love this color. This is her hella handmade for this month. Brunette Brilliance, which is a little silly to me because doesn't brunette mean like brown hair? And this is just like freaking purple glitter craziness that I love. Maybe brunette has a different name that I don't know about, but either way, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So we're gonna start with this. Now that I've told you my entire backstory. Yeah. I need, that's Glossy Taco. Do not make the same mistake again. Peely base. We're gonna do peely base first. Another idea that I had for my nails, which is very funny, is I have a press-on kit. Not sure if you remember, but back around Christmas, I had tried the press-ons from the brand Canvas Nails, CNVS, and I was going to do a whole review, make a YouTube video, the whole thing. And I'm still going to do that. But I will say, painting polish, hello! Happy Monday! I realized as I was going through those 3 weeks of doing my nails with that, and like seeing how long they lasted and how was application and all of that, when I streamed myself applying the nails, I didn't record also, I just streamed it, and then I didn't go back and save the footage in time, so I lost the video of me applying them. So I was like, well, that sucks. So I ended up buying another set. Also, I knew that they were coming out with medium length press-ons instead of just a short, and with my nail beds being the size that they are, I was like, medium would probably work a little bit better for me. So I ordered the medium, they came in, and I was gonna do that today, but then I was like, well, I need to like do my hair, and I don't know if I want press-ons on doing my hair, although that would be a good test, is like, can I twist little twisties with press-ons? Maybe. And then I was like, I just don't feel like fighting with it. So here we are. Also, my boyfriend's birthday is in a couple of weeks, and I'm not exactly sure what we're doing. I know one thing that we're doing. But I don't know like what else for the weekend just yet. Figure that out. But I was like, I'd like to have nice nails. So if anything, since I had to cut these short, I'll probably just chop them a little bit shorter, throw on the press-ons, and then go from there. So yeah. Yeah. So got the peely base. All of that to say, I forgot that I had 2 more swatches to do for Alchemy. So we're gonna do those. I was also thinking, I have this peachy t-shirt on. I love this color. And I saw this shade. Oh, dropped it. This shade here from Zoya is like a very coral peach shade. I love so much. It's such a fun, like, springy summer color. And I almost was like, I'm just gonna wear this. And then I remember the swatches. So at some point, I will have this on my nails. This will probably end up being my next pedicure color. Because I still have the color on from the wedding beginning of May, like 2 months ago. Beginning of March. I think we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna put this on. That's not a stream thing. That's just me. But eventually, I'll probably have that on my fingers too. But how have you guys been? It's been like a month since I've streamed. I was hanging out with Bree and Olive last week or a week and a half ago now. They streamed. We did a little collab stream, and I did pastel nails with them. And that was fun. I had trouble trying to figure out Discord. As somebody who used to be good with computers, and still is for the most part, I just complete brain fart, couldn't figure out anything. Restarted my computer, the whole thing. Couldn't figure out why Discord wasn't working. I couldn't hear anything. I had the internet tab muted. That's it. Something simple. And I was just like, all right, cool. So all the time it took me to figure out the Discord, I was like, I don't have time to also now get Twitch going, so we're just not going to do it. So I was on their streams, but I didn't stream it myself. But here on this channel, it's been a little while. How have you guys been? I have been pretty good. Getting better. I will say mentally I was getting kind of sort of really stressed out. Not to say for no reason, but like all the mess that I've dealt with this past year, this most recent stress like wasn't a huge deal. But I ended up starting therapy again because it's covered by my insurance. So that's great. That's been super helpful. And just doing that like once a week, you know, like a little weekend morning thing. So that's been good. If you feel the need to talk to somebody, please reach out. Please see if you have that option available to you. It's very helpful. Um, yeah, and I'm kind of just like, the weather's warming up. You know, the weather's warming up. It's getting nice out, and I want to like get out and start enjoying things more. I don't do well in the winter. You're in the house all the time. It's dark, meh, you know. And now I'm like, oh, it's bright out. Show me a street festival. Show me, you know, a carnival. Like, I want to be outside. I want to have cute clothes on. I want to dress somewhat nicely and just be outside. So I'm trying to do that more. You thought you heard Fireball. You did. You did hear him. Early on in this stream, he was just like, I'm here. Hi, sir. We got him. I think I talked about this at one point, forever ago, is that Squishmallow has pet beds, and they have a pineapple pet bed. And I remember seeing it and was like, I have to get this for him. And I hadn't done it. So actually, when we were at the street festival a couple weekends ago, we went past this one store that does like animal supplies and food and beds and toys and stuff, and they had it. I saw it in the window walking by and was like, hold on, I have to go. So I was able to get him one, and now he's got his own cute little pet bed. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You saw the pet? It's so good. It's so good. And he like, at first I was like, oh, is he gonna sit in it? Because like he likes sitting in beds, but he also would just sit on the floor or a cardboard box. So I'm just like, okay, is he even gonna use this thing? Put it down, kind of step back a little bit, waited to see. He sniffed a little bit. He walked away, like in the same room, just like to the other side of the room, and then came back. And you could see him like stepping in it, and me and my partner kind of just like, we're like, oh, he's not gonna sit in it right away, and we see him starting to go to it, and we both like froze, like, don't say anything, hold on, is he going? And then he just kind of sat and was like, okay, yeah, that's not that bad, okay, he's good. And then I got up the next morning, and he was just like, he was sleeping in it. He woke up, I was like, oh my god, he likes the bed. So I'm very happy that we made that purchase. It looks like a floating ring. It does. It looks like he's got a little floaty pineapple ring swirling around him. It's really cute. I'm gonna get this coat on and then see if I can pull up a picture to show you guys. What are we doing? Okay, this one is Polish Pickup for right now. Literally available right now. Kaleidoscope of Butterflies. So we're gonna do one coat of this. I'll also pull up Polish Pickup. Maybe we'll do a little bit of window shopping today, since I'm not doing as involved of a manicure as I thought I was gonna do. Hopefully the background is not too loud. It's pretty warm. We are really trying not to put the air on. So we've got windows open and a fan blowing. Fan's in the hallway, but I do have the door open. There's no way I can have this door closed today. You only picked up one Polish Pickup? Which one did you get? I see that this one is going to be kind of similar to the blue from her collection that came out last month, a couple weeks ago. Her like nature themed collection had a really bright blue like this, but it was kind of thin. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Okay. Tyler's Trinkets. Oh, I think you guys told me about theirs. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, no, one of her other blues that was this shade was really pretty, but it took like 4 coats, which made me a little sad. 4 coats to get like full opacity, I should say. If you like more of a kind of a thin jelly look like this, then you're probably fine with it. But I see this in the bottle and I'm like, no, I want that. I want that on my nails. But I will say I did nail prep yesterday, which is why I didn't mind just jumping straight into this today. I actually was watching a all-day cosmetic science webinar. Went from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I had it on basically all day and was just like doing other stuff. And one of the things that I did was this nail prep. So yeah, that was actually really interesting. It was talking about different claims within the beauty space and cosmetics brands, you know, stuff for brand owners, stuff for consumers who are just interested, regulatory people in the first place. Very interesting. Learned a lot. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a good time. If you're interested in stuff like that, excuse me, definitely check out the Eco Well. I can put their thing on. They're on Instagram. She has a podcast, and they do these seminars once every couple of months on like a different topic, and they'll get experts from the field to come in and do like a 45-minute presentation, 30 to 40-minute presentation, similar to that topic, like something related. And they're completely free. They're completely free. So yeah, if you're interested in cosmetic stuff, I would check them out. The Eco Well. Where am I typing? Here we go. The Eco. Hold on. Eco Well. Like that. They have an Instagram. I'll pull up. Like so sneezy right now. I've been taking my allergy medicine, but I forgot over the weekend. My fault. There we go. Oh, I have to, I'm done. Okay, here we go. Oh, now my computer's dying. Guys, what's happening? Wait, no, it's plugged in. No, I had to unplug it for the lamp. Okay, hold on. Cannot have this die. All right, plugged in. We're good. We saved it. Okay. That was one coat. Cool. I need to zoom in a little bit more. And then turn this brightness down. How's that? A little better. I shook this enough. Let me know if you guys have heard of this. So, you see how my nail is kind of like the nail bed itself is narrower. That's the word. It's more narrow here, and then it kind of like flares out at an angle, and then this side is more flared. These two nails do that the most, whereas my pinky is pretty straight all the way, right? And then my pointer finger is not that bad. My thumb is also pretty straight. I saw on Reddit that there was a nail artist, not a nail artist, a nail technician on YouTube who shared how she kind of straightened it out for one of her clients, wearing nail polish all the time, and like filing her nails differently to try to force them to grow more straight. Is that a thing? I don't want to get duped, but I would kind of like to try that for myself because I really don't like how they flare out like that. It's one thing that gave me a lot of trouble when I was trying to find my size for press-ons, because the press-on would fit here and then not fit here, which wasn't fun. So I had to like buy a size that would fit the wider end and then like file down this side, you know? But like, if I could just pinch it and give myself a little bit of a tighter C-curve, I would like that. And I don't know if that's a thing besides putting on like press-ons or acrylics and like forcing the C-curve, you know? And I know I can fake it by like I just don't paint all the way to the edges of my nails, or I'll do it and then kind of go in with like a cleanup brush. But like, I don't know. I like the look of having very even, like symmetrical, straight nails, and mine aren't like that, and I kind of wish they were. I don't think so with natural nails. With gel, you can pinch and cure a tighter curve. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I was like, I don't know if I like, you know, your nails are more pliable when they're like wet. So I'm like, if I like soak them in nail oil and then just like pinch them while they're drying, I don't know. Like, I don't think that would work. I really don't. But I was like, maybe, even just temporarily. You can definitely lengthen the nail bed over time by pushing them back. Yeah, that I've heard of too. I was like, my nail beds, for the most part, are long enough. That's not the part that I'm just like, oh, I wish I could change. I'm fine with the length of them. If anything, because of like these two flaring out at the tips, especially on my middle nail, it makes it look shorter than it actually is. So then I always end up with like uneven nail lengths, trying to get them all to look the same length and the same size. Because with this one flaring and getting wide like a square, it doesn't look as long as when it's like a slim, narrow nail. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. My ring finger's not even that bad. It's just like a tiny little like beep, you know? Just how they grow. You all have a good evening. You too, Punch. Thank you for popping in. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, I am trying to, I don't want to clip my cuticles as much. Like, I was doing nail prep yesterday, like I said, and the last time I did nail prep, I actually, like, pushed back my cuticles. My thumbs always are the worst. So I was, like, pushing this whole thing back, trying to clean up. This corner just is a hot mess. And I had a bunch of dry skin. So I was, like, really careful with the little nippers to try to, like, clip the dead skin here. And then I still went a little too far down and had like a cut, so I was just like oil and be careful and the whole thing for a little while, and I was just like, dang it. I think I'm gonna not clip as much unless it's like very, very obvious, like, yes, this is falling off, you're fine, and try to get better at just pushing them back and oiling a lot more and just taking better care of my nails, because then hopefully, from what I've seen and learned on my own, seen other people anecdotally talk about, is oiling and pushing back their cuticles instead of worrying about clipping them. Over time, you don't get as much of that clear cuticle that grows on your nail plate itself, so then you don't have to do it as much. Like, the more care you take, the less care you need, if that makes sense. So yeah, I want to try to get better at that. I need to get more oil. I'm out of my nail oil. I have like, so I have these squeezy pens from Bliss Kiss. This one I just put, there's like a tiny bit of oil left, and then I have the Zoya, what is it called? This rescue serum. So I just put some of that in here, and it looks kind of gross, but it works on my nails, like, it's fine. But I was like, I don't know, the oil is like better. Yeah, I need more oil. And I like Bliss Kiss. Kind of pricey, and it's mainly just jojoba oil. Part of me is like, if I could just find a semi-decent jojoba oil that's not super expensive, could I just get that instead and just maybe a couple of drops of vitamin E oil and call it a day? It looks like shortening in the pen. Yeah, it started to separate, and I was like, this looks horrendous. Maybe I should just throw this thing away. or like wash it out somehow, because I don't know, oil and water don't mix. So like, what was I doing putting this water-based serum in an oil pen? Come on now. Not my smartest move. Alright, coat number 3. There we go. I also ended up getting a new camera app on my phone. Sometimes I feel like just my regular Samsung default camera doesn't let me get the detail that I'm looking for. I'm gonna play with that when I go take these pictures. We will see. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better. I think the macro on this is gonna be really good though. That's part of why I did it, is because with my regular camera, I can't like focus it exactly how I need to get the macro to look good. I'm hoping with this other camera that gives me more control over the camera settings itself, maybe I can get even better looking nail pictures. You buy jojoba and vitamin E at Trader Joe's, bottles are the same size, blend together to get 2 bottles of nail oil. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. And add a little tea tree or argan or whatever. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to hit Trader Joe's then. I think when I saw somebody was talking about they got jojoba oil from somewhere, like Amazon or whatever, and then they couldn't find vitamin E liquid, so they bought like vitamin E capsules, like gel capsules from like CVS, took a straight pin to pop it open and then squeeze the liquid out of the hair, which I've done before when I was trying to make myself a hair oil like 10, 12 years ago, maybe closer to 15 years ago at this point. I literally bought vitamin E capsules, stuck them with a pin, and like squeezed the vitamin E out, like to try to mix with whatever oil or hair cream, I don't even know. Like, they make this in a liquid. What am I doing? the gel caps, exactly. I was just like, okay, I'll just squeeze these out. I can't find the liquid. Really, I'm not the only one that thought to do that, so. But yeah, I think I'll just go buy what you're talking about. Get a plain jojoba and a plain vitamin E. Blend them together. Wash these pens out so they don't look like gross shortening. And refill it that way. Because I don't even mind if they don't have a fragrance to them. I don't really need a fragrance to my oil. It's actually kind of better if they don't have a fragrance, because then if I'm going to use it at work, I don't have to worry about perfumes and people getting irritated by the smells. Because there isn't one. Just a good cleanup brush. Use this one. No! Smudge the corner. Okay. Can't really tell. I was debating, I'm like, should I put a glossy top coat over, even though they're just swatches? I think I should, though. When I did it for the big collection with 8 colors, I didn't do any top coat, because I was like, I have 8 colors to do. I only have the 2 today, though, and I think it would give it a more accurate look if I actually put a top coat. Yeah, that cosmetic event yesterday was very informative and super interesting. They were talking about claims and how brands and companies will make these big old claims, and it's like, hey, you can't do that. There are regulations for a reason, you know? And one thing that I hear a lot as someone who's trying to get into that space and I want to work in cosmetic regulations, is people always say like, oh, well, the US doesn't regulate their cosmetic brands and cosmetic ingredients and things. The UK and Australia and like all these other places do a really good job with it, but the US has no regulations. It's just a free-for-all. And that's just not true. The regulations and standards might be a little bit outdated, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. Recently, there was actually an act that was passed called MOCRA. I think it was passed the end of 2022 or 2023, but it went into effect in 2024, I think. Basically, it's the Modernization of Cosmetic Regulation Act. Because they even said, they were like, yeah, man, like our shit is old. We haven't looked at these regulations and things very, very in depth since like the 70s or something insane. So they're like, all right, we got to clean this up. We got to get modern. Let's go. That's what they're trying to do. So shout out to that. Not sure with how the current administration is going, if that organization will even exist by the time I try to start working in a related area, but you know, see what happens. But yeah, no, that was one thing that they were talking about on the thing was like, yeah, no, there are regulations, you know, we're not just it's not the Wild West. We're not just out here doing whatever we want. It used to be more about limiting heavy metals in cosmetics. Yes, I think that was where they started it, was like, yeah, please don't put lead and mercury. You know what I mean? And then they had to expand, you know, as you learn about different types of ingredients, and then you start to do the safety studies, because there are safety studies that are done. And then you look at, okay, let's get into the toxicology of it, you know? If we have this ingredient in this amount, this dose, and it's used in this way, how does that affect the person? Is it safe in this use case? And most times, depending on what it is, yes. Something else that they talked about was the whole free from trend, where people would be like, oh, this product is free from this and free from that, and there's none of these and none of those. And it's like, yeah, but what is in there, you know? And there was one presenter who talked about the fact that she's a consultant who helps other brands when it comes to like putting these lists together and figuring out marketing claims, what you can and cannot say. She was kind of like, yeah, I try to push these brands to not just say that they're free from this and free from that, but to say like formulated without XYZ. Because if you come up here and say, we are free from whatever ingredient, right? And then find out later, well, actually, that ingredient is in the soil and it's in nature. And since you're using, you know, natural, just as an example, you have some ingredient that's in the soil, you go and collect a bunch of herbs that you want to use to get the essential oils to go into whatever, right? If there's trace amounts that got from the soil and the earth into the plant, into your extract that's now the moisturizer, technology and scientific instruments are getting stronger and stronger and more sensitive, so you can detect smaller and smaller amounts. You could end up with a very, very trace amount of whatever that chemical was, and because it's literally trace, as in like 0.0000001, you know what I mean? So small it's not going to affect you in any way. But as soon as you can find an instrument that'll detect it, and it shows up, and it's present, even how small of a number it is, it's still technically there. Now you can end up with a class action lawsuit. People saying, well, you said it was free from this, and now we find out it's not free from that, and you lied. And it's like, okay, we didn't add any of that chemical to our formula, is what they meant to say. So that's why I like that consultant was like, yeah, we tried to change the wording around, one, to protect them in the future, but two, because it's scientifically, it just makes more sense. Like, no, we don't want them getting sued just because they put some wording wrong. We know what you meant, but at the same time, not all consumers know what you mean. So let's just be accurate as much as possible from the very beginning, cover yourself, and to also help to explain to them, you know, do a little bit of a fun marketing thing on Instagram where you're just like, hey, we don't say free from, here's why, you know, and just like teach them. And I'm like, yes, please. that's what I want to do, is work in regulatory affairs when it comes to cosmetics. You know, maybe not doing the studies myself because I'm kind of tired of working in the lab, if I'm being completely honest. But looking at the data from the labs and from these studies that have been done to show, yes, this is safe, use it this way, use it that way, you know what I mean? And then to help use that scientific information and break it down in a way that's easier for the regular everyday person to understand, and kind of teach them like, hey, this is why these ingredients are there. This goes in to help thicken up that moisturizer, because you said you have dry skin, right? You want like a thick, like a body butter texture. Okay, these 4 ingredients blend together really well and they thicken up nicely to give you that texture that you're looking for. Like helping to explain things like that and why we know that it's safe and all of the testing and regulations that are behind it, to help people feel more comfortable about what they're buying and what they're using on their skin, right? Whether it's makeup, skincare, hair care on your scalp, you know what I mean? You know, maybe helping to like break down some of the myths and this horrendous fear mongering when people will be like, oh my gosh, this ingredient is bad, throw it away. You know, some study came out and they said that they found this ingredient in whatever. And it's just, it was bad science, but of course it gets super popular and goes viral. And then next thing you know, consumers are rioting, you know, we don't want this ingredient in our products, get this out of here. And now the brands have to kind of like comply and do it anyway, even if the ingredient wasn't bad at all. One example I'm thinking of, a cosmetic scientist, her name is Michelle Wong. She's Lab Muffin Beauty Science on everything, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. She's all over the place. She did a video and a whole thing that was talking about this, and she actually was one of the presenters yesterday, which is really cool. She's Australian. She couldn't do the live Q&A because she was asleep. It was like 2 a.m. for her, but the presentation was still good. One of the examples that she has talked about in the past is there was a company, I forget the name of the company, but basically they ended up doing a study on some skincare product, and they were like, oh my gosh, we found benzene in this product. Benzene is totally toxic and will murder you in your sleep, and it'll cut all your toes off. Like, it was crazy, right? It was super fear-mongering. And it was trying to say, I think when it came out, when you dug a little bit deeper, it came out that they were working with a brand who was selling their own version of the competition to say that they were benzene free. This whole thing goes viral. Everybody's like, oh my god, benzene's in our sunscreen, benzene's in the sun, right? Freaking out. And I'm pretty sure the way that they did the study was so not reproducible. Just like a big thing when it comes to science is like, yeah, you did this study, can you reproduce those results? Or did you just like fudge some stuff and just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, and you got lucky, or you like cherry picked your data? Like, there's so many things in science that could go wrong, which is why we need ethical scientists to do things the right way. And it seems like that brand may not have been as ethical as it's originally came out, allegedly. Because now there's this whole big push about not having benzene in sunscreens, and it's like, benzene is in the air, benzene is in the earth. It is a natural ingredient. Not ingredient, it's a natural compound, right? You're never going to have 0%. It might be 0.00001, but it's never going to be exactly 0. It's such a trace amount, and what they found was such a trace amount that doesn't affect anybody. But that's not what they said. They made it sound different and scared everybody. And now there's like, I forget where she said it was happening, but there was somewhere that was trying to pass a law to say like, we need to ban benzene and all this stuff. And it's like, nobody's putting benzene in your products, guys. Like, it is a byproduct. It is a trace, like, but there's no scientists out there. Let me not say none. There are not enough scientists out there being employed by these companies to work with their marketing team to make sure the correct information gets out, or to help to debunk these bad studies. And then the fact that there's bad studies in the first place, it's like, guys, science is already getting shit on left, right, and center. We don't need bad scientists out here making us look bad. Like, you're making us look worse. Stop it. You're not helping. And it's just really frustrating. That's why I would love to use my toxicology background chemistry, analytical chemistry, toxicology. Now that I'm not in forensics, makes a whole year since I left my forensics job. Take that background and go over to the cosmetics field that I love so much. Clearly, my nails and everything. Like, let's use that over there. You know, I know I'm pretty good at explaining kind of difficult topics, breaking it down so they're easier to understand. I would like to do that when it comes to cosmetics and help people understand and be a little bit more informed and educated on what they're actually buying. And stop having them, like, it just makes me mad when people are like, oh, that brand and that product is dangerous, don't buy it, come buy this instead. And if you do buy it and then you get sick, it's your own fault. And it's like, well, no, stop. No one's gonna get sick because they bought a drugstore moisturizer. Like, what the hell are you doing? I don't know. I hate it. Hate it. It's annoying. I don't like it. What I do like is this color, though. Hey, segue. I think the top coat was a good idea. Yeah. 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 See if I can. There is right here. There you go. That's 3 coats. It's very pretty. I have a little bit of cleanup to do still. I've got glitter like in my cuticles. That's just one thing I've been thinking about for a while. Just, I want to work in cosmetics, you know? I'm done with forensics. Happened for a year now. I don't want to do anything in pharmaceuticals. It's like the before stage of the forensics. I don't want anything to do with that. Even the excipients, like, the excipient is like all of the non-active ingredient in your medicine. So it's what makes a gel capsule, or it's like the powder that they pressed, you know, or it's the ingredient that's added to make it like control release or immediate release. And like, okay, cool, that's not the drug itself, but it's still like drug adjacent. And I'm kind of just like, ugh, fine, but I would rather just not, you know. So I'm taking my time, looking around to see what my options are. Trying not to get too discouraged whenever I don't hear back from a job, because I do have a job. You know, last year when I left my forensics job, I was like, at first I was being kind of picky of like, I want to work in cosmetics, and then stuff wasn't coming through. And then I was like, I have bills to pay. I just have to take something, you know. So now I'm like, okay, cool, I have that job. It pays me something. I can pay my rent, you know. But I still wanted to work in cosmetics. But now I can be a little bit more selective. So cross your fingers. Something comes through. And hopefully that something is either fully remote or at least hybrid somewhere in the Philadelphia area, because currently commuting like 40-ish minutes isn't super fun. 5 times a week. If I only had to do it like twice a week, I wouldn't be I wouldn't mind. 5 times a week. Like, oh my gosh, what? I miss being able to work hybrid. It's such a good color. Oh, this is such a good color. Okay, I'm going to take a quick like 5-minute break. I'm gonna get all the pictures I need for this, and then when I come back, we'll take this off and we'll swatch the other color. Okay. Be back soon. And we're back. Okay. Let me back in again. I moved the camera. That new camera app was very, very nice. Very happy with it. Hope you had a good break. Go get some water if you haven't had any water in a while. I know that I haven't. I needed that. Okay. What are we doing? Take this off. Got the pictures. I will say, looking at this just in the camera right here, with this specific lighting, looks great. Love the color. In the lighting that I did for the pictures, I probably could have done a fourth coat. The little bit of spots were looking a little bit patchy. I think that's just me. Like, I don't know if I'm doing very even coats each time. Maybe some are a little bit thinner than others. I'm not sure, but yeah. I could have done like one more. But then again, like, I don't want to have to do 3 coats. That came off clean. Oof. Damn. Forgot what I was saying. I don't want to have to do 4 coats. I want to have to do 3 coats, to be honest. But, like, you know, that's what it takes, I guess. Or to use a color like this on top of, like, a solid color. Like, oh, I put, like, a solid blue or a solid something else down. And then put this on top. Which, like, yeah. I don't wanna. Damn, does putting a top coat help peel off better? I feel like my peels have not been this good in a while. I don't think I've seen them this good when I don't top coat. Am I gonna have to do a science experiment? What? Okay. Peelies are off. Clean up the sides. Hola, hola. Oh my gosh, there's a Spanish one. Katie Polish, I love that emote so much. I love Hamburger Helper. Seeing his little glove just makes me very happy every time you post it. Speaking of Hamburger Helper, a couple of weeks ago, I found a recipe on TikTok where this girl is doing, like, just calling it, like, recession-era recipes of, I know you want Hamburger Helper, we got Hamburger Helper at home, and just shows you how to, like, DIY it. So I tried it, and it came out really good. I've done it twice now. The second time wasn't as good. Beginner's luck, I guess, but it was really good. I also like that she will give substitutions of, like, oh, if you don't have tomato paste, you can use spaghetti sauce or ketchup or something else to get that type of flavor. Oh, if you don't have this ingredient, you could try the, you know. Like, don't feel like you have to go to the store to get a whole bunch of this stuff. Use what you have in the house. I love that so much. I'm trying to be better about, like, not wasting food, eating what's in the house, finding different ways to cook it up so I don't get bored with it. Very helpful. It is Cinco de Mayo. You are so right. Ugh, me and my partner were talking about getting margaritas after work, and then we didn't end up doing it. Like, damn. If I had been thinking, I would have. There's a Mexican restaurant not far. I mean, I'm in Philly. There's a Mexican restaurant like every 2 blocks. Could have tried to, like, order one, you know? When you get emotes, we'll tell you where to get them. Thank you. Thank you. If I could ever be consistent about actually streaming and keeping it, like, once a week, I probably would have hit it already. I would have hit affiliate if I could just, like, get my shit together. Because I think I'm at, like, 42? Okay, let me hit my channel. What am I at? Okay, I need 50 followers. I have 45. 45. I'm 5 people short. Stream for 7 days a month. I've done 2. That's my fault. Stream for 8 hours a month. I've streamed for 3. My fault. And then average 3 concurrent viewers per stream. I averaged 4, which is good. I just haven't been consistent to keep those 7 days a month, 8 hours a month, and then the followers. I like that the followers have been like slowly growing though. So now we just gotta like keep it up. I say knowing that in 2 Mondays I'm probably not gonna stream because that's my boyfriend's birthday weekend. So I'll just have to like move it to a different day or something. Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Let me fix this exposure again. She's way too bright. That's the top coat. Don't do that. Oh, you know what? Okay, so originally I was like, oh, I'll do these 2 swatches, take them off, and then just put this plain pink, peachy, purpley, not purple, this color on. But now, I forgot that this is the second one, and I love this, so I'm actually not going to do a peely base, because I'm just going to leave this one on. So, I can do regular base coat stuff. You know, when I get emotes, I know that we need a pineapple one. Like his little face. I'm gonna get a good picture of him. We're gonna get his little face. I need some type of nail something. There's like a nail polish bottle, or like I could use my like blog logo. Maybe? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Because my logo that I had made years ago is... I had the idea for it, and then I found somebody who was able to like draw it up for me, because I was like, I can't draw, but I have this idea. Can you draw this for me? And she did, and it came out great. It's 2 arms like this, like crisscross over each other. One of them has a glove on, like a lab glove, holding a pipette, and the other one I think is holding a nail polish bottle, or is holding, like her nails are out. I don't even remember. I'm gonna pull it up. But I was just like, yeah, if my thing is the manicured scientist, I want one hand with nail stuff, or like a makeup brush or whatever. I think it was nails. It was manicured. Hello. And then the other one was like the science hand. And I love it. It's so good. It came out so freaking good. But I don't know if I want like my logo as an emo or something like similar to it. Maybe just the hands, or like just a science hand and then like just a nail hand. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. If I can figure out my life. And then we're gonna do polish pickup so I can see what's happening. Where's my logo? Oh, I know where I can find it. On Canva. Yeah, she's like holding a nail polish bottle in her hand. Me. I am doing this. Ew. I'm like, it's on Canva because every time I make a image for something, I put this there. Okay. Window capture. There it is. That's my logo. And I think it fits and it works so well, being the manicured scientist. I was like, give me a hand holding a manicured, a nail polish bottle, and then a hand holding a pipette. I just realized her thumb on the pipette hand is off a little bit. I think because it's like behind the pipette. Either way. That's it. I think it's really cute. But I don't know was like, are those thumbs backwards? Did I miss this? No, they're fine. Yeah, I don't know if that would be a good idea for an emote. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not there yet. Not there yet. Whoa, light, don't do that. Almost unplugged it. Alright, we're gonna do polish hiccup. Oh, they have a bar magnet. I want a horseshoe magnet. I want a horseshoe magnet so bad. My birthday is next month, so I'm trying not to buy things for myself a month away, because when somebody's like, hey, what do you want? I'm gonna be like, nothing, sorry. So I'm like, okay, don't do it. But I want to make a list, so if somebody asks, I can be like, here's my wish list. I don't really want a lot, but here's like 3 things. But I want a good horseshoe magnet. Polish pickup, here we go. Okay. So I like the little bar magnet. I've seen people use the horseshoe magnet and then the bar on top to get like a really, really good look. I like this, but I already don't have the bar, or the horseshoe. I do kind of like this though. Nail polish remover tool is smart, but also I can just use like tweezers or something. See, I was looking at this magnet, but I think you guys were telling me, since it's 3D printed, it may not be as strong as I want it to be. Is there one on polish pickle? It's not that different. This is the one I'm seeing so far, like magnet-wise. Just this guy here. You can see this, right? Make sure. Multi-chrome cuticle pusher is cute. I have a regular silver one, so I don't need to buy another. But it's cute. I'm kind of just scrolling through like the homepage. What is this? Oh no, this is hand and nail. Which, I mean, is good too, but yeah, that's fine. Go back to hand and nail. Excuse me. Hand and body scrub. Cuticle oil. I'm gonna do what you were saying though. And cream. Cuticle oil sampler, that's smart. I do need to get an acetone softener, because this mess dries out my skin. This one's almost out. I have like a third of the bottle left. I gotta get another one. Express nail drying spray. I have nail dry drops from Zoya. I never think to use them though. Probably should try that at some point. But I want to see the polish. Is it May 2nd through the 5th? Oh, literally today's the last day for it. Why did I think this went for longer? Shoot. This is pretty. Yep, here's Alchemy. So pretty. Damn, I feel bad. I completely lost track of dates. Should have had that done already. I can still share them at least. Oh, this is fun. What is this? The additive is mostly glycerin. You can make your own. Is it really? I can do that. I'll go get some glycerin. This color's very... Look at her ring! Ugh, that's something else that I was looking for when I was at the Street Fest, and I was like, oh, they have like cute little jewelry. I wanted to find a ring that I could wear on, right, like how she has it, right there on her knuckle. So when I take nail pictures, I have a cute little ring on my knuckle. Because I always, like, curl my hand in like that. I don't hold my hand out. You know what I mean? I, like, curl it. And I couldn't figure out how to do that. I didn't see any rings. Like, this one looks good. It doesn't look like it's too big. Whereas the rings that I have are all too big. And you can see the big gaps on the side. And I was just like, ugh, I guess I have to buy, like, a very small size to get it to sit right there. I just didn't do that. Eventually. Because I want that to be like, as I get better at these nail pictures, I would love for that to be like a signature of like, oh, I always wear this ring in my pictures, you know? Anyway, let me pause for a sec, get the coat on. Base coat, don't forget. Last time I was like, oh, I put my treatment on and then it never did a base coat. I'm gonna use, this is my buff protector, just because it's here. No, hold on a sec. I have another one I want to use. I have Essie Here to Stay. And is it Here to Stay or is it? I also have Zoya's Anchor. Basically, my nails peel. I know that one of the ingredients, PVB, polyvinyl butyryl, I think. Anecdotally, some people have said that that ingredient made their nails peel more, and if you're already prone to peeling, stay away from products that have that ingredient, which I've been trying to do, but it's been a while, and now I don't remember if these guys are good or not. So I'm gonna look it up really quick. We're gonna learn together. Reddit Lacqueristas. I know we've talked about this a bunch of times. I don't want to bore you. PVB. If you're interested, I will share it again, but PVB free base coat. Spreadsheet. Base coat, okay. What did I say? Essie. Here to Stay. Oh, it does have it. Dang it. So that's a no. I'll probably stick to like using it on my toes or something. There's only like half a bottle left, so we'll see. And then Zoya Anchor. I know Hollow Taco Long Lasting Base has it. It makes me sad. It used to be one of my favorite base coats. But I stopped using that. Peely Base does not have it, but then again, I want this to last. Our Smoothing Base does have it. What did I say? Zoya. Zoya Anchor does not say. But the Naked Perfector does not have it. Maybe I will just stick with that. All that run around just to be like, anyway, I'm going back to what I said originally. Yeah, I might have to look up and see if I can find the ingredients myself for Zoya Anchor. That way I know for sure, but damn. Alright, we'll go to the Perfector. Yeah, no, if those acetone additives are mainly glycerin, I could probably just buy a bottle like you're saying. Throw a couple drops in. Again, don't really need the scent. Like, it's cool, it's fun. I don't really need it. I just want my hands to not be ashy as hell. I take my nail polish off. Evil Twin nails making acetone additive. Ooh, really? Put this base coat on, and I want to see that for myself. I have to remember to like make sure I'm in focus. I went to edit one of these videos down to like just the swatches and just like the close-up for like short form, and I was out of focus for so many of the swatches. Like, oh my god. All right, let's see what we're talking about. I should bookmark this spreadsheet for myself. Oh, make your own moisturizing nail polish remover. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Refresh so you can see from the beginning. Okay, they got the empty bottle. This recipe makes 8 ounces of remover. Okay. Teaspoon of water, 2 teaspoons of glycerin, and then fill with pure acetone. Oh. Just the glycerin to your liking. Really, that's it. Not bad. That is not bad. Now I wonder, I don't need the fragrance in the color, but shout out, thank you. I'm gonna like that, even though it's 2 years old. You already had glycerin for making bubbles. That's a good idea. I'm wondering if when I go to, maybe you know actually, can you still use that to clean off stamping plates? Or does the glycerin end up leaving a residue on the plates? Because I know that when I used my non-acetone remover, it wasn't good. But I'm like, if it's pure acetone, that's what you're supposed to use. But then if you put the glycerin in, does that change the viscosity just enough and change the formulation that now it's gonna like smudge all over the plates? Which I could always just keep some like pure acetone for cleaning off plates and then have the rest like when it's for my skin, like in a different bottle, like how she did. Okay, yeah, don't use it to clean the plates, you keep 2 pumps. Alright, cool. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll just keep one separate that's just like, this is the pure stuff, and then in one of my smaller bottles, make my softening stuff. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Now I gotta go find glycerin, jojoba oil, and vitamin E oil. What am I doing? Okay, base coat was on. Let's go with this color. And then we'll look at some more polish pickup. Got glycerin at the pharmacy before. Nice. I'm gonna have to check. Hi, CVS. CVS stays sending me coupons, so I will definitely check there. The last couple of months I've gotten like, hey, take $4 off your purchase. Take $4 off your purchase. And like, even if I don't really like need anything, I'm like, well, let me find something that's like $4.10 and basically get it for free. Or if I do need something, I'm like, yeah, I'll go to CVS because then I can get $4 off. And then recently I got one that was like, save 35 or 40% off your purchase, something like that. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I will have to see if they've got glycerin. And we'll have a little craft day, craft stream, making my own acetone additive softener. Check the Wegmans app, it was there. Okay, cool. I have a Wegmans. Do I? I don't know if I have a Wegmans near me anymore. Maybe by my job? I don't think I have one near my house. Maybe my job. Maybe I'll stop after work one day if CVS doesn't have it. Okay, that was one coat. Let's pick up these polishes. See where we're at. Love the bright yellow, like greeny yellow, glow in the dark. May the forest be with you. Stop, that's cute. This, hold on, we gotta put this in a new tab. Hello? I told you I'm really into corals. Oh, this is beautiful. This is Toucan Tango by, I don't know how to pronounce this, Bo Reeves? Oh, sorry. Holy crap, that's beautiful. Wow. I'm saving these. I'm not going to buy anything. Today's the last day. I'm not going to buy anything. Hopefully. Most likely. But I want to save it and see if maybe I can dupe some of these with what I already have. Or get like a similar idea. Oh, Revs. Thank you. Because I'm like, I have... It's not that bright, but I do have a coral and I've got some oranges. I don't know if I have really fine gold shimmer like that. But I could probably mix something up. What do I have? That's pink. What's this? Hold on a second. I could do... Wait. Over here. Maybe. You're super close. No, this one. So this is the like peachy one that I was gonna do. In real life, it's not this light. Hold on, we gotta turn down. There we go. I've got the Hollow Taco, which is like orange. It's got some good glitter in there. So I wonder if I put a little bit of this with the glitter in here, it would need like some sort of like brightness, like a neon. I have a neon, I think. Do I have a neon? I have a neon. And then I have this neon. Ooh, hold on. This is close. Maybe these two, right? The super neon pink with some of this orangey glittery. That could be an idea. That could work. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this so I remember. We're gonna play with this one day. How do I take a screenshot over here? Screenshot. There we go. Okay. We're gonna play with this one day. Because I wanna see. This could work. Okay. Gorgeous. Oh, Revs, I love it. Oh my gosh, look at this galaxy. What are we doing? What's happening? That's beautiful. I need to get a good magnet and play with my own magnets before I go buy more magnetic polishes. Ooh, this is good. Lacquers is a good name. Do you know how to take good glow-in-the-dark nail pictures? I tried to do it for one of Alchemy's launches from last month, and those pictures look trash. Like, this looks good here on the left hand. I don't know what I was doing wrong. Maybe it just took a real long time to charge, because I had it in front of the light for like literally 2 minutes straight. Oh man. Oh, that's fun. It's sold out. Thermal, love thermal, 70 beats per second. Damn. Oh, I need more damn polishes. This one's cute. You bring your UV flashlight in the closet with you. Oh, that's smart. I don't have a UV flashlight. Dang it. That's probably what I'm missing, is a UV light. Good to know. Okay, okay. I'm gonna pause here. Do a second coat. They're kind of cheap. Okay, cool. I need to make like a nail supplies wish list. So when I get a little extra cash, I can just be like, hey, I wanted to pick this up. I really do like this. Like swatches, taking the pictures, trying to get good angles and good pictures and like show it off. Show it against my skin tone. I know indie brands do a pretty good job. The ones that I've seen have done a pretty good job of like diversity within their nail swatchers. Long nails, short nails, dark skin, light skin. And I just want to be able to help add to that, you know? It also, I just enjoy it, and then I get fun nail polish to play with. And I like it as a hobby. And if it means getting a little bit better tools for it, I don't mind. Also, then I can go ahead and like try to get back onto blogging and like posting these things on my blog instead of just having them on Instagram. Don't want them only in one spot. Look at this color. Goodness gracious, look at this. So fun. Let's go to the next page. Oh, there's a thermal that's so good. Look at that thermal. Goodness. Monstera Deliciosa. Love the name. Holy crap. This like peachy pink to purple is really good. Love these. Gotta go this a little bit quicker. Ethereal Lacquer. That's giving me Spirit Fingers vibes. Oh, Taco Spirit Fingers with Sophia. It's pulling a little bit more mint before it shifts to the purpley pink, whereas hers was like gray before it shifted. That was just my first thought. This Femme Fatale Lady of the Lake looks like an Alchemy one that I swatched a while back too. See, she's got a ring up here too. I need a ring that fits right there. Like, I'm gonna play with this. We're gonna see. It looks more sheer. It does look a little bit more sheer. Ooh, that green is fun. I don't know if I would ever... She's got rings! Oh my god, everyone has rings. I don't know if I would ever wear this green just on its own. Like, I would use this as a base for nail art or stamping or something. But just by itself, I don't think I would wear it personally. It's a very fun color. This is pretty. It's like peachy pinky. And this like gray to purple. Everything is so good. Oh my gosh. How do you minimize? How do you say I'm just gonna get like one or two? Booty Call, great name. That's my thing too. You give me a good name and I'm gonna be like, well yeah, I'm gonna buy it for the name. I'll never wear it, but I like the name. Like, look at this glow-in-the-dark picture. That's so good. Lay one on me. Ooh, this is fun. Rainbow Scarab. You said you got one from Tyler somebody? Tyler Trinkets? Is that what you said? This is good too. Hold on to your butts. People had huge lists this time. There's a lot of variety. There's a lot of variety. Yeah, I'm really liking this. But it would make it very hard for me to try to choose and decide what am I actually going to spend the money on. At that thermal. Oh, the blue to purple. Stop. Damn, that's good. Damn. Okay, open a new tab. That's good. Feeling Froggy is very fun. That's so different. Hang on, let's look at this. This is so different. I thought it had a black base, but I'm like, no, that's like a dark green base with little green flakies. That's fun. That's super different. I like that. Tyler's, he was in my town, so I like to support him. Oh my god, that's so nice. Let's flamingo. That's fun. Look at that. Hello. See where Tyler is. Penelope Loose. I have one Penelope Loose. That's very pretty. It's different for painted polish. The Feeling Froggy. Yeah, I like that. I also like this Phoenix Breathtaking. Oh my gosh, what? Yes, Breathtaking is a good name for it. Toucan, play that game. I like it. Ooh, with the flashlight on, that's good. Don't you know that you're toxic? You're toxic. That's a fun, almost brownie purple base. That's fun. I like that. Hibiscus. I actually just bought dried hibiscus. I wanted to make like a little bath scrub with that and some pink sea salt. It's very spiky and too scrubby, so I have to like food process, crush it down some before I do it again. But it was very exfoliating. I was just like, this is kind of a lot. And then I've also seen where people will put dried hibiscus and like make a tea out of it, or like add it as like a flavor to something else. And I like a matcha, and I've had a lavender matcha, which was good. And now I'm kind of like, if I make a hibiscus syrup, and then put that in my matcha, that could be really good. I haven't done it yet. When I do, I will let you know. Enchanted Elytra. That's a fun color. That's really fun with those flakies. This literally looks like hot sauce. Love it. Swamp Gloss has a different logo. I have a Swamp Gloss. It doesn't have that logo. Summer Gate and the BCB Lacquer set of Tyler's. Oh. We didn't get there yet. Oh my gosh. Great stamping. I need to get better like stamping. Oh, this one! Let me speak to your tanager. Again with the lighting. That's probably edited. But still, that's really freaking good. Oh, I like that a lot. That's really good. That's really good. Lilac breasted rollers, good. Zombie Claw, like to move it. That's fun. Yeah, these are all really fun. These are all really, really good. Good job. Polish pickup. Sorry I couldn't get my swatches done in time. But, good job. Hopefully I'll get these pictures and throw them on Instagram real quick. So like if I, let's zoom out a bit. If I was gonna use like this ring, which is what I thought I could do. Please don't smudge. Like it just looks kind of big and bulky. It kind of takes away from the nails themselves. It's way too big. It's way too big. Like if this is a picture, it'd be like, what am I supposed to look at? Am I looking at your hand, like your nails, or this big gaudy ring? I need a knuckle ring. Yeah. I have a couple like smaller ones. Are they in here? They are in here. This is not smaller. This is much bigger. It's fun though. I have this guy, which is pretty. Still not knuckle though. This was like damn near thumb ring. It's huge. Yeah, because I was like, oh, if I like hold it like this and try to like hide the fact that it's humongous on my knuckles. No, I just touched my finger. And then I have this, hold on, this one, which you could like squeeze to make it smaller, but then it kind of doesn't look like anything. I was gonna put it here. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I have all these rings and I just don't wear them. I like this. Again, too big. It's good if I do like a picture like this. I have two of them that stack. Smudge. I don't know why I'm doing this with wet hands, with wet nails. I just don't like doing my hands like this. I feel like I'm very self-conscious about the way my knuckles and hands and fingers are shaped. Like my knuckles are wider and I don't have even fingers. They like go in and out. So I tend to just stick with this. And rings don't look right because I don't have a specific knuckle ring. Get the picture first and play with rings. I know, you're right. You're so right. I'm over here just smudging everything. Like, all of these like little costumey rings. I think I bought like a set at one point. I was at Francesca's and they had this big pretty one. And then it was like, get these, you know, 5 gold ones in a set for like 10 bucks or whatever. But I bought it in a size to just wear normally. Not for my knuckles. I have to like hit a thrift store again and see if I can get a good one. But now I gotta fix this. Alright, let's get some cleanup going. And then I will probably, it's almost been 2 hours, I will probably show you the final look and then let you go. I can actually get ready for work tomorrow. That face. There's these big wigs in my office lab. They were like, don't wear jeans. The important people are gonna show up. Part of me is like, I mean, I guess, but also they know that we work in a lab. Why are we pretending that lab staff is coming in business clothes? We're not. Like, I guess it's like make good first impression, fine. Like, this part of my brain understands it. The other part of my brain is just like, why are we faking this? Why are we pretending? They're doing so much because these people are showing up. And I'm kind of just like, seems very fake. It's very sucking up, kissing butt, and that's not what I like to do. Make a good first impression, sure. Pretending like your lab staff doesn't just wear jeans and sneakers to work. I'll put on a nice shirt, and I'll wear like decent jeans. I won't wear like ripped jeans or anything, but like, I literally had to put on slacks today. And I was like, I haven't worn slacks in a year. Like, what? Also, I work in a lab. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not meant to be one of these high-level, oh, director of this and VP, what? I'm like, I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like schmoozing and the small talk and the, like, unfunny jokes. Like, and you just have to, like, smile and laugh when they say something that they're trying to be funny, but it's not funny. You're just, I don't know. I'm very, like, can I just go back to work, please? I'm not your friend. You're literally just my coworker who I don't even actually, like, you're like a colleague. Like, in my brain, like, coworker and colleague are different levels. Coworker is, like, you're in my department, you know, or like a, you know, the sideways, the next door is the word, the next door lab. You know, we pass each other. We're in the same group. We're doing the same things. I'm helping you with whatever. Like, that's a coworker. A colleague is like, you just happen to work in the same place as me. But, like, I don't know you. I work next to the county ME lab. It was funny how many of them smoked just to get outside. Listen, now that it's nice out, have started saying, I'm going to start taking walks, because if other people can go outside for smoke breaks as frequently as they want, I'm going to go outside for a fresh air break. I don't smoke, but I would like to go outside and get a break also. So I have decided I'm just going to start taking walks. Not all the time, but sometimes. I'm just gonna go start taking walks and get myself some air too. Maybe I'll go buy a pack of candy cigarettes and pretend I'm smoking if I have to. Like, I don't think anybody actually minds, but I get that. Just like, man. I don't know. I think it's just the whole, like, that's just the culture when it's like corporate type of position. You know, you've got like the business team, the marketing team, whatever. Not for me. It's really not for me. We get together and do like, oh, let's celebrate all of the May birthdays. You know, we did May birthdays today. Okay, cool. They brought in like sheet cake. Everyone got a little piece of cake, a brownie, whatever. Okay, fun, like that. There's a hell of a lot of people in that cafeteria though. Somebody suggested we sing happy birthday, and I was just like, what? I'm not singing. Thankfully, I was sitting with my back to like the majority of the group, and I just kind of was like, we never do this. Once again, you're trying to like show off for these bigwigs who are visiting this week, and I'm like, stop being fake. We don't sing happy birthday. Everybody gets together. Whose birthday is this month? Hey, happy birthday. Here's your cake. Like, come on. I don't know. It's stuff like that where I'm just like, you could say that I'm not being a team player. I will admit it, and I will agree with you. That's not my thing. It's very forced, in my opinion, and just feels very phony. I have a hard time hiding my face when I'm like, why are we doing this? Can you stop? So I turn around and I'm like, oh, my experiment. Sorry, I gotta get back to the lab. Gotta go. I just stopped in real quick. I'm leaving now. I have to leave. Bye. I can't. Maybe that's just the introvert in me, but I'm like, what are we doing? No, thank you. No me gusta. At least that saves all the passing of cards around for birthdays. True. Very true. We don't do that. One of my old jobs, we did that. And I was always just like, I don't know what to write. Happy birthday! I mean, I like the idea of, all right, we're gonna, you know, bring in cake, we're gonna celebrate this. Everybody gets like take a little break away from their, you know, get away from their desk, whatever. And if you don't mind like mingling and interacting with people like that, then yeah. You know, some of my coworkers who I'm cool with are going, then I'm like, yeah, I'll sit with you guys and we can like chit chat, whatever, like it's fine. But the idea of something and the actual execution of it can be two very, very different things. You're trying to show off for these vice presidents and CFOs and COOs and C3POs. It's just, but I'm like, I gotta go. I always had to buy this stuff for my staff, not like I got paid a ton as a civil servant. That's frustrating. That's super frustrating. They should have had like, this is some sort of like petty cash. You know, here's a small budget to go towards like department celebrations and department recognition. So it's not literally coming out of your pocket. I remember when I was working at the forensics lab, the person who was CEO at the time when I started, whenever it was somebody's birthday, he would give them the CEO would give them a card with $10 cash in it. And like, it was a kind of very simple, basic, like, bunch of balloons on the front, happy birthday on the inside. He would sign his name, right? He probably just went back and signed like 1,000 cards at the beginning of the year and then had his assistant pass them out when it came time, right? But he threw $10 cash in there, and like, you're the CEO, man. Am I getting taxed on this? You know what? I'll take it. Don't spend it all in one place. Yeah, right? This is lunch for today. Thanks. I don't know. But it was stuff like that where it's like, all right, there's a billion people, not billion, a couple hundred people who work here. You know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, say that there's 300 people who work there. If they put aside $3,000 for each of their birthdays, that's chump change. That's literally chump change compared to what these big profit companies are making in a year, in a month, in a day. You could put aside $3K to specifically go as cash straight back to your employees. Just a simple little, I recognize you, happy birthday. Not merit-based, not none of that. Just congratulations, celebrate, it's your birthday. And it like lifts the morale, you know, it makes you feel recognized, you know, appreciated. I mean, like somebody gives a damn, you know? I don't know. It was little things like that made me really respect that CEO. Also, when I was working there at that time, I was on third shift. Hi, get on the camera, please. So I would go in at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and then be done at 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, full overnight. And they would have like quarterly town hall meetings, talk about what was going on and whatever, right? Well, they would have the first shift meeting, they would have a second shift meeting, and they would have a third shift meeting. And he would be present at all three. The third shift meeting that happened at 10 o'clock at night, he would come back on site and be in person doing our exact same town hall. Him, and if it was like the finance person or whatever else that was there for the daytime ones, they came back to make sure that the third shifters got the exact same quality, the exact same opportunity as the people who were there on day shift. And it was just like, I respect the hell out of that, man, because it's like, yeah, if you're going to be a 24-hour lab, so you have staff that's in here at all hours of the day and night, all of them should get the same opportunity, you know? It's not their fault they're third shift. And if it is, you're the ones that wanted to be a third shift lab in the first place. Like, make sure they have the same opportunities. If somebody's got a question, don't have it like, well, we recorded this so you can watch it and you can submit an email or you can send it. No, be there in person so we can ask you in person. They should though. Yeah, exactly. They 100% should. And I started working there. I was like, all right, I kind of like this place. I like the way that they're running this, you know? It's not my first job ever. I like this. And then that CEO left. And then we ended up with a different CEO. And in the beginning, he did the same thing. And he would show up for the third shift town halls. And he was saying all of the right things. Like, all right, cool, let's see what happens. And then COVID hit, so then everything changed. And it was like, okay, that's out of everybody's control. And they kind of just went straight to like, well, we'll just do the video one and you can watch it at any time. Again, like, understandable. But then even after everything got lifted and people started doing stuff in person again, they just stuck to the video ones. And it's like, I don't care what shift you're on, that's not what you want to see. We're not that big of a company. Like, the birthday cards were gone, the $10 cash was gone, like, so many things changed. And not all of it was COVID related. And it was kind of just like, damn. I don't know. It's little things like that where I'm like, CEOs obviously must have worked, maybe not obviously. I would think that a CEO has worked on the bench. They've had to work their way up, hopefully. Did you just forget what it was like? You know what I mean? Like, are you that out of touch now? You just don't even remember which is probably the case, you know? It's like, man, you find somebody who actually cares and isn't afraid to show it when you're at work. You get a manager who doesn't mind checking in on you if you're not doing well. Like right before I left my forensics job, I know my productivity numbers they were going down. And like, one of the managers that I had when I was working in the lab was very good, like with her staff, like person-wise, as a person. And I remember I was not happy with something that was happening, and I felt comfortable enough to talk to her about it. Not like it was her fault, but it was just like, hey, I'm feeling kind of like, what the hell? I'm not really happy with what's happening in the department, in the whatever. I'm not happy with it. You know, I'm starting to look for other jobs. I'm starting to get offers from other places, and I'm not offers, like emails and things. And I'm not sure what I want to do. And I was able to have an open and honest conversation with her, and we were able to like shift my workload around a little bit, shift my hours. I was able to do some side projects instead of focusing strictly on, you know, production, because she knew how I was feeling and she wanted to make sure that I was okay, and she cared. And I appreciated that so much. I'm so glad I retired before COVID hit and missed the crap show. Yeah. Yeah. You got out at a good time. That was no joke. But it's like when you have a manager like that, you appreciate it and you don't want to lose them. You don't want them to go. And then I switched departments and ended up in a higher level position, which is what my goal dream job was anyway. And when I wasn't feeling great and I was starting to not like things in the department, things in the company, same exact situation, not exact, but similar situation comes up, it didn't feel like I could have just gone to my boss to talk about it. Like she hadn't built that rapport. I didn't feel that comfortable with her to talk to her about it. And she didn't try to check on me as a person, like, hey, I noticed your numbers are going down. Is everything okay? Like, this isn't like you, whatever. It was kind of just like in your monthly check-ins of like, your numbers are down. You're lower than you used to be. You should pick that back up. Maybe you should try doing this instead. Maybe you should do better. Like that was the vibe, you know? Or it was like, oh, your numbers have dropped. You're now looking at the numbers, productivity numbers that everybody in your like group is doing. You're now like the very last one. Like, this is not okay. There was never a like, are you okay? Hey, is everything good? What's happening? It was just, you're the worst in the group. Like, come on now, pick it up. I'm not gonna talk to somebody like that and open up to them and let them know I actually dread coming to work every day and I'm miserable and I want to cry just the idea of logging onto my laptop at home. Like, I'm not gonna talk to somebody like that if you're just gonna talk down on me all the time. I'm gonna put in my 2 weeks and I'm gonna fucking quit. And that's what I did. It took me a while to get there, but like, what? No, man, that's not how you manage. That's not how you act as a supervisor. It's super frustrating, you know? And that wasn't COVID related. Like, I quit a year ago. That was way past. Some people I just think need different training or need different, I don't know. Maybe you need a like assistant supervisor, and like one of you is good with like the technical stuff and the other person is good with like the people side of things, and then you can like bounce off each other if you're not good at both. I don't know. It's tough though. It's even tougher when you have somebody as a manager who seems like they're not good at the technical or the people side. Man, you are on your own. Yeah, that's work stuff. That's why I'm like, you know what? I need to try and enjoy things outside of work more. I've definitely done a better job at my current place I'm working now. I've done much better at leaving work at work. You know, like I'll bring my laptop home, but it stays in my book bag. I don't open it. I don't look at anything. I don't have Teams or email on my personal phone. Work stays at work, you know? My commute is longer than I would like, which is annoying. By the time I get home, I can just kind of like do what I like to do. And it takes me a little bit to like switch from work mode to like I'm home now and not just like veg out. But I think what I'm trying to do this summer is a better job of like, okay, you're home from work, take a little bit of time to do like quick chores, figure out what clothes you're gonna wear tomorrow, what are you gonna have for lunch tomorrow, throw one load in the washing machine, whatever, right? And then I can take the rest of the night and like work on blog posts or do my nails or stream or take a nap, play a video game. You know, I can like do whatever. Maybe there's like a fun event happening in the city somewhere. I can just go. You know what I mean? Oh, there's another festival happening here. There's a Pilates studio. Maybe I want to go to like a 6 p.m. Pilates class. I don't know, man. But all those things that I didn't do before because work had me so stressed, I got home and was just like damn near in tears and didn't want to do anything. Now I'm like, I don't have that. So let's try to enjoy things again. The world is on fire, but the little things that we can do, try to make it a little bit easier, are important. Even if it's just sitting here painting my nails and streaming and chit-chatting about nonsense. Just yapping, you know? Trying to do things like take care of yourself. What are the things that you like to do? Let's try to do them a little bit more. Self-care, all those things that I used to talk about all the time, and then I wasn't doing it. I'm trying to start doing it again. I'm gonna take more walks. I'm gonna work out a couple times a week. You know, I'm gonna drink more water. Because I feel better when I drink water and I work out. And it's annoying, but like, damn it, they were right. So. And then if I feel better, I can go to more street festivals and buy more rings. Oh, well, we made it. Look at this color. I can't get over this. If I put the flash on, it all comes back to rings. That's right. Gotta bring it back somehow. Oh, too much, too much. Yeah? So pretty. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it there. Yes, I know. I'm saying goodbye. Yeah. Pineapple wants a little bit of attention. Yeah, I know you do. You wanna sit in the chair? You wanna say goodbye? Alright, hold on. You're gonna help me say goodbye? Yes? No? Oh, you're spinning. You're going away. Gotta come back this way. Okay. Oh, you're spinning again. Alright. This was fun. Thank you for hanging out on this Manny Monday. Which means it's time to go. This crew knocks their microphone over. Okay, we're good. Thank you for hanging out. My nails look really fun. This is pretty. I like this color. I will do my other hand. Clean up, get the pictures. Check it out on Instagram if you want to see. I have a blog. All the things. I don't know. It's been fun. I'm going to try to come do this more often. At least once a week. I keep saying this. I'm going to really try to stick to it this time. Really. Okay. I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you again for hanging out, Painting Polish. Thank you, Punch, for being here earlier. And I hope you all have a great night. I will talk to you later. Bye.